Hey there, fellow Americans. In today's breaking news that's sending shockwaves through the nation, President Trump has just signed a groundbreaking executive order that's about to change lives across the country. If you're wondering about those $2,000 stimulus checks you've been hearing about, you're in for some exciting news. But before we dive deep into this game-changing development, make sure to hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you never miss out on crucial updates that could affect your financial future. The moment we've all been waiting for has finally arrived. Just hours ago, President Trump signed an executive order that will see $2,000 stimulus checks hitting bank accounts starting this Tuesday. But what does this mean for you? Who qualifies? And what about our SSI, SSDI, and VA beneficiaries? Let's break down this massive development that's about to impact millions of American households. The Senate has officially approved this historic bill with overwhelming bipartisan support, marking a significant victory for Americans still struggling with the economic aftermath of the pandemic. This isn't just another temporary relief measure, this is a comprehensive package designed to provide substantial support to those who need it most. The most pressing question on everyone's mind right now is, will I qualify for this payment? Let's address that right away. What's particularly noteworthy about this new stimulus package is its inclusive nature. Unlike previous stimulus payments, this one has been specifically designed to ensure that SSI, SSDI, and VA beneficiaries receive their payments automatically and promptly. No additional paperwork, no complicated forms to fill out. If you're already in the system, you're good to go. But what exactly triggered this sudden move by the administration? The decision comes as economic data shows continued strain on American households, despite recent improvements in the job market. The administration has recognized that while some sectors of the economy are recovering, many Americans are still struggling with rising costs of living, accumulated debt, and ongoing financial challenges from the pandemic era. This new stimulus payment aims to address these persistent issues head-on. For Social Security recipients, including those on SSI and SSDI, this news couldn't come at a better time. The automatic distribution system means you won't have to take any additional steps to receive your payment. The IRS will use the same information they have on file from your regular benefits to process these stimulus payments. But what about those who've recently become eligible for these programs? Veterans Affairs beneficiaries are also included in this streamlined process, with the VA working closely with the Treasury Department to ensure smooth distribution of payments. If you're a veteran receiving VA benefits, you can expect your stimulus payment to arrive through the same method you currently receive your benefits. Have there been any changes to the eligibility criteria that might affect VA recipients? The income thresholds for this round of stimulus payments have been adjusted to ensure the aid reaches those who need it most. Individual filers earning up to $75,000 annually will receive the full $2,000 payment, with a gradual phase-out for those earning up to $85,000. For joint filers, these thresholds are doubled. But what happens if you fall just outside these limits? An interesting aspect of this new package is the inclusion of partial payments for those slightly above the threshold. This means if you're earning just over the limit, you might still receive a reduced stimulus payment. The exact amount will be calculated based on your adjusted gross income from your most recent tax return. How will you know exactly how much you're eligible to receive? The IRS has announced they're launching an updated version of their Get My Payment tool this weekend, allowing Americans to track their stimulus payment and confirm their eligibility. This tool will be crucial for those wondering about their payment status and expected delivery date. But what if you've recently moved or changed banks? For those who need to update their information, the IRS has streamlined the process through their online portal. However, if your payment is already scheduled, you might receive it through your previously registered method. In such cases, the IRS has implemented new procedures to help redirect payments more efficiently than in previous rounds. One of the most significant improvements in this round of stimulus payments is the enhanced fraud prevention measures. The Treasury Department has implemented new security features to ensure payments reach their intended recipients while preventing unauthorized access and identity theft. But how does this affect the speed of payment distribution? The good news is that despite these enhanced security measures, the distribution process is expected to be faster than previous rounds. The infrastructure is already in place from earlier stimulus payments, and the systems have been optimized based on lessons learned. Direct deposit recipients will see payments first, starting this Tuesday, with paper checks and EIP cards following in the subsequent weeks. For those wondering about dependents, this package includes additional support for families. Each qualifying dependent, regardless of age, will add to the household's total stimulus amount. This is a significant change from previous stimulus rounds, where age restrictions limited which dependents qualified. But what documentation will you need to prove dependent status? The answer is simple: if you've claimed these dependents on your most recent tax return, no additional documentation is required. The IRS will use this information to calculate your total payment automatically. However, if you've had changes in your dependent status since your last tax filing, you might need to take additional steps. One question many are asking is about the taxability of these payments. Like previous stimulus payments, these $2,000 checks will not be considered taxable income. They won't affect your tax bracket or reduce any refund you might be entitled to for the current tax year. But how might this impact other government benefits? The legislation explicitly states that these stimulus payments will not count as income for determining eligibility for federal benefits like SNAP, Medicaid, or unemployment benefits. This is crucial for many Americans who rely on multiple forms of assistance to make ends meet. But what about state-level benefits? State agencies have been instructed to exclude these payments from eligibility calculations for state-administered benefits programs. This ensures that receiving a stimulus payment won't jeopardize other essential support you might be receiving. How long will this protection last? For those concerned about debt collectors, the new legislation includes enhanced protections. Private debt collectors will not be able to garnish these stimulus payments, and banks are prohibited from using them to offset existing debts. But what steps should you take if you believe your payment has been incorrectly garnished? The Treasury Department has established a dedicated hotline for addressing stimulus payment issues, including incorrect garnishment. They've also streamlined the process for resolving such disputes, ensuring faster resolution than in previous rounds. But how long should you wait before reporting a missing payment? The IRS recommends waiting at least 5 business days after the scheduled deposit date before reporting any issues with your payment. This allows time for normal processing and posting delays. However, if you receive a paper check, you should allow up to 3 weeks for delivery before reporting any issues. For those who don't typically file taxes, including some SSI and SSDI recipients, the process has been simplified. You won't need to file a tax return solely to receive this stimulus payment. The IRS will use information from the Social Security Administration or Veterans Affairs to process your payment automatically. But what if you've never received a previous stimulus payment? If you haven't received previous stimulus payments but believe you're eligible, the IRS has created a simplified claims process. This will allow you to receive both the current payment and any previous payments you may have missed. How long will this claims window remain open? The legislation provides an extended period for claiming missed payments, but it's recommended to act sooner rather than later to ensure prompt processing. The IRS has dedicated additional resources to processing these claims quickly, but why wait when you could have your payment sooner? Looking ahead, many are asking about the possibility of future stimulus payments. While this current package is focused on immediate relief, the legislation includes provisions for evaluating the need for additional support based on economic indicators. But what factors will determine if more help is needed? The administration will be closely monitoring various economic metrics, including unemployment rates, inflation, and overall economic growth. These indicators will help determine if and when additional support might be necessary. But what can you do to stay informed about potential future developments? This brings us back to why staying connected is so crucial. Economic situations can change rapidly, and new support programs can be announced with little advance notice. That's why it's more important than ever to stay informed and be ready to act when opportunities arise. Remember to subscribe to our channel for the latest updates on stimulus payments, economic news, and financial opportunities that could benefit you and your family. We're committed to bringing you accurate, timely information about developments that affect your financial well-being. Have questions about this stimulus payment or other financial matters? Drop them in the comments below, and we'll address them in upcoming videos. As we wrap up this breaking news update, remember that these payments will begin hitting bank accounts this Tuesday. Keep an eye on your account, check the IRS Get My Payment tool, and most importantly, make sure you're subscribed to our channel for immediate updates on any new developments. Together, We'll navigate these economic changes and make sure you have all the information you need to secure your financial future.